And we're live! Hello. Should be all working. It should be all working. We are here for All Out reactions. Yay! I sound quite ill. My voice is absolutely killing me. But I'm going to crack on with the stream anyway. I'm also extremely tired. So, God knows how this stream is going to go. Currently, I'm on Dr. Pepper, but that will eventually turn into alcohol because I have no energy drinks. I've had no energy drinks. I have no energy drinks. So, I'm basically stuck with alcohol as my go-to for the evening just to keep me awake for God knows how long this AEW pay-per-view is on for, because most of them finish about 5 o'clock in the morning. Yay! But yeah, it should be a really good show. Should be a really good show. Hey mate, how's it going? Is this a new room I spot? You're moved into your new place. Yeah, I'm all moved in now. All moved in. I think it's the same as last time, but it's all sorted now. I've moved in fully. Everything is in the right place. Everything should be good. But yeah, I'm just over time getting to grips with things, camera angles and stuff. I've slowly kind of worked out where to put my camera. Yay. So yeah, should be all good this evening. CM Punk, I cannot wait. I'm going to pop like an absolute mark. I can already tell you that. I cannot wait. I'm going to be like a baby during that match. I don't think I'll pay attention once to the chat during that one because, oh my god, CM Punk is back after 7 years. It still hasn't hit me. I don't think it's fully hit me yet that CM Punk is back after 7 years. That just still absolutely baffles me. I've had too many beers tonight, really hoping I could stay awake to watch this. Well, to be honest, mate, you've had too many beers, and I am literally going to be on alcohol to keep me awake. That is my plan for this evening. Is I'm starting off on the Dr. Pepper to just start the stream normally, and then once the show starts, I'll probably start drinking alcohol and. Yeah, and hopefully I don't end up like a blubbering mess by the end of the night. But to be honest, I could end up doing drinking rules. It's all up in the air at this point. We may just make some up on the fly. Who's Mark? A really good friend of mine, Michael. Hey man, are you going to be able to show the screen during the show? Absolutely not. That will completely ban my channel and eradicate any work that I have been doing over the past year. So, yeah, I don't quite fancy showing my screen. Sorry for any disappointment. Potsy! It's the final countdown. Boo-boo-boo-boo! 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 Boo-boo-boo-boo-boo! That's probably not the right song, but that's the one I've gone for. Does anyone actually think there's going to be any debuts tonight? Like, what debuts do people think are going to happen tonight? I'm not sure. I think I think the only debut will be the women's, and possibly Adam Cole, but definitely the women's battle royal is definitely going to have someone in. Mark Henry, yes, I'm very good friends with Mark Henry. We used to do weightlifting competitions down my road a few years back. We go way back, me and Mark Henry do. We go way back. The pre-show is about to start soon. I mean, what is on the pre-show? Is it? Oh, it's the Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta, Jurassic Express facing Matt Hardy, Private Party, and TH2. I'm on it. Yeah, it's the right song. Thank God. There we go. That saved any embarrassment, as if me singing it wasn't an embarrassment. I'm calling Mark Henry. Go ahead, Michael. Call Mark Henry. He'll know who I am. Good old Bragster. You know, everyone knows who Bragster is by now. Nick Aldis to face Andrade. Nick Aldis to face Andrade. I could see it. To be honest, mate, I don't know what I want here. I don't know what I want here. I don't know whether I want. I kind of don't want the Andrade bit to happen because I feel like it's going to get very confusing. Like, I could just imagine it getting extremely confusing at the fact that, like, oh, Andrade's in a rivalry with Pac, and all of a sudden this new guy debuts and then is attacking Andrade. For me, the only way they could get away with it is if it's someone like Nick Aldis or a Buddy Murphy, someone that Andrade can beat. But if it's Adam Cole or Daniel Bryan, it makes no sense to me at all. Makes absolutely no sense, but we'll see what they do tonight. Remember, I was your first sub. Be nice. Really? Really, Michael? Were you my first sub? Because, gonna take you behind the curtain here. I was my own first sub. yeah, I'm that bad. I'm that bad. I subbed to my own channel. Yeah. Yeah, have that. See, no one saw that coming, did they? No one saw that coming. That's like a heel turn, that. I'm friends with people called Mark and Henry. Oh, nice. Yeah. Mark Henry makes sense, you know. It's the same thing, basically. I should really turn up the volume on my computer here, till I can hear it to a good level. I love CM Punk, man. Is AEW on TV? What do you mean, Michael? What do you mean? Anyone that is going to beat Andrade would ruin the Pac story. Exactly my point. That's why I feel like people need to stop getting excited at the possibility of Adam Cole or Daniel Bryan. If Adam Cole's coming in, then it's either going to be to do with the Britt Baker match, or it's just going to be like a debut, like he's just going to randomly turn up. Maybe attack someone after a match during this show. I don't know where that would fit in. But I'm sure there's somewhere he could fit in. If he really wanted to. Maybe attack John Moxley or something. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely feel as though you cannot have someone beat Andrade. It won't work. And Daniel Bryan, I feel like, isn't here. I'm not 90% sure in my head Daniel Bryan is not going to be at All Out at all. But that's just my take on things. On Twitch. See that. There you might be right. There you might be right. I just screwed myself over there. I just revealed that I was my first sub on YouTube. That's great. Well done, Connor. Self-sabotage by me. I'm pretty sure Adam Cole resigned with WWE because he's on the updated... re-signed with WWE because he's on the updated roster page. Is he really? I just really don't think Adam Cole would go back to AEW. Adam Cole will work on the main roster. Adam Cole with Vince McMahon won't work on the main roster. I really don't think so. I hope Buddy goes to Impact over AEW. he'd massively help their main event scene and would get more of the spotlight. I think you're very right, Liam. I hope Buddy Murphy goes to Impact. However, I would not mind Buddy Murphy showing up tonight and losing to Andrade or something, because that's a big stage for Buddy Murphy to show himself on. And then when he signs for Impact, people might go, oh my god, Buddy Murphy. Research Buddy Murphy, find out he signed for Impact or something like that. Like, that would be quite cool. Do you know what would be really cool? Is if Buddy Murphy turned up and the commentary team were like, oh my god, it's Impact Wrestling's blah blah. That would be really cool. There are certain things they could really do tonight with the Andrade thing to make things interesting. Do I think the Andrade thing needs to be on the show? Not at all. But if it is, there are options they can go with that isn't Adam Cole and isn't Daniel Bryan. I mean, is it on TV? Am I able to watch it myself at home? You know, like England was on TV earlier. No, so you'd have to go on Fight TV. So you'd have to go to Fight TV and pay for it there. I think you could get Fight TV on your TV, like especially if you got like a smart TV, if you got like an Xbox or anything, you could probably find it on there. Or you could have it on your computer, connect up your computer. I don't really know how you guys work it out, but yeah, that's the way to do it. Imagine Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy would be cool. It won't happen, but it'd be cool. I'm not really sure who could possibly jump ship, who could possibly show up. For me, the joy of the show is the matches. I know that's like the joy of every show, but usually with a show you're thinking, oh, like I'm really looking forward to this possible debut, or maybe there's going to be a return. For me, I wouldn't care if there's no returns, no surprises, nothing, and it's just an all-out brilliant show from start to finish in terms of the matches, which I genuinely think it will be. As Potsy has said, apparently Kenny Omega vs Christian is deemed as the main event. As I said on my predictions, Kenny Omega versus Christian should not be the main event. Unless something big happens. Because, for me, I just don't care about that main event. Like, it's a good main event, don't get me wrong. And it will be cracking. It will be a cracking main event. But, is it main event worthy, like, on a pay-per-view when we've already seen it before? I know it's gonna. I know they're gonna tear the roof off the place, probably, but surely there's something I don't know. I don't know, man. It feels wrong. I feel like CM Punk should be the main event. And I know that's like, oh, CM Punk should be the main event. But he should. It's in Chicago. It's his first match in 7 years. Give him the bloody main event. For me, though, if by them not giving him the main event, does that mean CM Punk doesn't have it anymore? I don't know. I don't know. Impact's EVP has teased Buddy and Braun coming. I've seen that. I'm not a fan of Braun, but those two would be huge pickups. Will be huge pickups. They need to boost their main event scene, in my opinion. Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Like, yeah, I see what you mean when it with the main event scene in Impact. Like, Impact have a great main event scene, but obviously Kenny Omega has beaten a few of them. Like Ace Austin for me is in the main event. Moose is in the main event. Sami Callihan's main eventer. Rick Swann was a main eventer. They've got a lot of main eventers. They've got a lot of possible main eventers. But adding Buddy Murphy, adding Braun, that would be huge. for me, as people have said, like, Impact are very good at using monsters. They're very good at that. Very good at using monsters. So, I mean, Braun would be a huge pickup for them. I think the pre-show is on YouTube and then the main card is on Fight TV. Yeah. Kenny Omega versus Kris main event, which will lead to Bryan Danielson debut. See, now that I could see. That is the best way to introduce Bryan Danielson. For me, I would love them to do the Jon Moxley debut with Bryan Danielson or Adam Cole. If Adam Cole or Bryan Danielson turn up tonight after the main event and super kick, running knee, Kenny Omega, my God, I will be off my seat. Like, that would be the best way to end the show. If this show ends with Kenny Omega going over and Bryan Danielson or Adam Cole beating the crap out of Kenny Omega, that would be an incredible end to the show. Incredible end to the show. I don't know any of the people. That happens, but especially with a new promotion, if you've not really watched them before, that'll happen. CM Punk to turn on Christian, calling it here now. CM Punk has to be face. Yeah, CM Punk has to be face. I could see a heel turn down the line, but not yet. Not yet. Hi, Bragster. With Lana and Peyton Royce being free agents this week, do you think one of them might be the Joker in the Women's Battle Royal? Or going for Ruby Soho? Wait and see. Love stream. Thanks. No worries, Will. Thank you for turning up to the stream so often. I think the Joker will be Ruby Soho. Now, they threw us a little bit. I don't know what happened to Julia Hart. I know they've done like a worked bit behind the scenes, but the fact that they've put in one of their developmental talents really into the Battle Royal says to me that Julia Hart was meant to be in the Battle Royal. That's what it says to me. I reckon something has happened to Julia Hart in the build-up, because when the Julia Hart thing came on my Twitter, I was like, oh my God, someone else is debuting. They're gonna get Ruby Soho, and they managed to get someone else in, but they gave it to one of their developmental talents. So for me, it's a great opportunity for the developmental talent, but it says to me that the Julia Hart injury is not a work. It is genuine, and they just managed to shoot something backstage to give a reason as to why she's not in the match. I do think it'll be Ruby Soho. I mean, could see Peyton Royce or Billie Kay, but for me, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay come as a team. You make them debut at the same time. Even if you're going to use them as single stars, make them debut at the same time. Lana would be a disappointment. I feel like Lana needs to stay away. And that's nothing against Lana, but for me, right now is not the right time for Lana to come back. You know, because Miro does not need Lana at all right now. Like, they need to stay away from each other massively. Wait, Braun has left WWE. Yeah, Braun. Yeah, it's confusing. They've released Braun. Why, we don't know, but they released Braun. Isn't there 2 spots left in the Battle Royal? My picks are Mercedes Martinez and Ruby Soho. Is Mercedes Martinez no longer with WWE? I forgot that. Was she released? If she was, I completely forgot about that. But I think there's only 1 spot now. There was 2 with Julia Hart, but then on Dark last night, they gave the spot to someone else. I thought there were going to be 2 surprises, but I think there will only be 1 tonight. After the big speech Christian did about CM Punk, I think it could happen. Yeah, maybe. I just... With CM Punk right now, he's going to get, especially in Chicago, he's going to get cheered no matter what. He could do anything and he's going to be cheered tonight. So it makes no sense to me. WWE going down the Swan. Yeah, WWE struggling a lot at the moment. Struggling a lot. Lana in AEW would be fine. She clearly has a passion for wrestling and she's tried to make improvements in the ring. Based on what they've done with others, I think AEW and the Nightmare Factory would be great for her. Look, I don't think it would be a bad move for Lana to be in AEW. For me, my thing is I feel like you don't want people making the connection between Miro and Lana. Like, because if Lana's on screen, people are going to be like, oh, that's Miro's girlfriend. And that's just, you know, Lana and Miro have very contrasting personalities. And unless Lana is this, like, arrogant, annoying person, I nearly swore then, which would have screwed over the algorithm. Unless she's, like, really arrogant and all of this, I can't see it working. I can feel like a disconnect happening. So, I could see it down the line, just not now. I need to blow my nose in a minute. Bloody hell. Iconic should sign with Impact so they can go after the Impact Knockouts tag titles. That was exactly my thinking. Exactly my thinking. See, for me, the Iconics would be amazing in Impact. It just makes sense. Iconics and Impact is just like a match made in heaven. It just makes sense to me. I don't know why you wouldn't finish the show with CM Punk unless CM Punk is going to be involved somehow. No, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. But it would make... Do you know what? I could see CM Punk maybe attacking Kenny Omega. I could see that happening. Maybe. But, like, CM Punk turning heel won't happen. It won't happen because he's just going to get cheered. He's in Chicago. He can't turn heel tonight. It'd be physically impossible. John Moxley being busy this weekend. Did you see? He beat Matt Cardona last night. John is the new GCW champion. Then tonight he faces Kojima. Busy. I like Moxley. He's great. Yeah, Moxley's great. Moxley's absolutely brilliant. I feel like it was really clever. Really, really clever how they did the GCW thing, like making... Bless me, I've been sneezing all day, so I'm sorry if I have to do that quite often throughout the night. But, like, the way they've done the GCW thing has been incredible. Incredible. One of the best storylines I've been following recently. They made Matt Cardona look like an absolute arse, which is incredible. I love that. And then, not only with that, he faked John Moxley. When he debuted, he faked to be John Moxley. And then John Moxley turned up and beat him. I really like that. That's a really nice, concise storyline. Really cleverly told as well. It's genius, absolute genius by everyone involved. Fair play to every single person, because it was just perfect the way they did that. It really was perfect. Jesus Christ, my voice is absolutely going here. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? There we go. My computer just pretty much froze then in a second. Don't know what happened. Hopefully that did not appear on for you guys. But yeah, that pretty much just completely froze on me. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Do not know what happened. I literally just switched screens to just double check everything was working, And next thing I saw, my entire computer just pretty much froze. So thank God that didn't quite go wrong, because that would have been embarrassing. But thank you to those of you who have subbed already tonight. If you haven't done already, make sure to sub. I would love to hit the goal of 250. That would be lovely. I don't know why the goal's no longer working. It was working before I was live, and now it's not working. I love YouTube. I love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It's freezing and buffering, just to let you know. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just completely froze on me. Yeah, for whatever reason, there seems to be an issue with the connection tonight. Hopefully it doesn't play up too much, but there is a connection issue at the moment. So yeah, we're just gonna try and get through it, I guess, is the best way of putting it. Hopefully everything's okay. Do you watch Ring of Honor? No, I do not. I wish I did. I probably should, but I don't. I don't know why. I just don't. You aren't freezing for me. It might freeze for some. It might not freeze for others. It's just the way it is. This is why I absolutely love live streaming on YouTube, because it goes smoothly every bloody time. It goes smoothly every time, guaranteed, without fail. It never causes any issues, never causes me stress every time I stream. But yeah, if you haven't done already and you are enjoying it, make sure to sub. I would love to get more people in the community. That would be great. Also, make sure to hit the like button just to spike the algorithm, make the algorithm believe that I'm doing a good job. Because the more the algorithm believes I'm doing good, the more it's going to push me out to other people and make other people watch this stupid ass do stupid things on YouTube. So yeah, that would be very much appreciated if you haven't done already to sub and hit the like button. That would be amazing. If you do sub and that does not change, just ignore it, because at this point I've given up with that. So that's just the way it is. It's just one match for the buy-in. Yes, it is. It is. Jesus, right. Let me remember this again. Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta and the Jurassic Express facing off against Matt Hardy, Private Party and TH2. Come on, I got it. Look at me, up there. I think AEW should buy Ring of Honor. How come? How come? Like, using them as like a developmental brand type thing, or something completely different? Like, what are you thinking? Woo! They're just showing the highlight, well, the video package for the cage match. That's just going to be insane, isn't it? So someone's jumping off the top of the pod. That is top of the pod, top of the cage. That is just gonna happen. Knowing these guys, it is gonna happen, and it's just gonna be absolutely bloody nuts. It wouldn't surprise me if like something absolutely crazy happens in that match. It really would not surprise me. What does everyone think will be the best match tonight? Because I feel like the steel cage match probably has the chance of being the best match. I don't know. I just feel like it. I just feel like it's gonna be the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros that's gonna be the best match. It just makes sense to me. No, AEW should leave other promotions alone. As either, it doesn't matter really. Oh, yeah. I mean, They could just develop a working relationship with Ring of Honor. They haven't really got that at the moment. Because I would love to see Danhausen turn up in AEW. That would be really cool. Obviously, Warhorse has already turned up once. But I would love to see stuff like that because I love Danhausen. He's quality. But yeah, a working relationship would be cool. But obviously don't know whether that'll ever happen or not. I feel like with AEW, like this working relationship thing, that's where they need to go. They don't need to maybe buy the promotions, but develop these working relationships, and you can create some great moments with people jumping ship, but not necessarily like having to like change contracts, just turning up once or twice and stuff like that. That's where it could be really cool. I am trying to sort this out. This is baffling to me. I don't know whether anyone else knows how to solve that issue, but it is a constant issue for me, where I set something up and it works perfectly fine before the stream. I turn the stream on and it doesn't work. So I've just given up, basically. I've completely given up. Liam's just put, how do you plan out your TEW stories? Interesting question. Interesting question. So, you asked and you shall receive, right? This is my notepad, right? I have a giant notepad full of things that I write down, this, that and the other. Now, that is, hopefully that is showing up on your screen here. This is all of the matches for Lockdown, all of the matches for Slammiversary. Now, the best thing, the buy-in match is about to start, so you might hear a bit of background noise. Yeah, okay, it showed up on the screen completely fine. Basically, what I do is I plan 3 pay-per-views in a head. It kind of depends, really, right? So, if you're doing... So, in my Impact save, I have a pay-per-view every 3 months-ish. 2 or 3 months. So, I've kind of got, like, a bit to plan. So, I plan probably to the next big show. So, when I was doing the Bound for Glory, I'd already planned Destination X, and I already started planning the show after that. What was the show after that? Sacrifice. I'd already started planning Sacrifice. When I got to Destination X, I'd already planned Lockdown. Obviously, plans can change, right? Someone can really start doing well on your TEW save. Someone can start maybe not doing so well. Someone might get injured, right? That's where you adapt and you change your storylines a bit more to suit what's going on at the time. But I always feel like if you have a rough idea of where you want people, whether you want them to be a mid-carder, whether you want them to be a main eventer at that time, whether you want them in a long-term storyline. Like, for me, I knew from, like, Destination X, like, when I was building up to that pay-per-view, I knew that Willie Mack, Moose, the Good Brothers, and Eddie Edwards would not be available for Lockdown. I knew that. So, basically, I was like, right, I know I can't use those. So, what I did was I used... if you've been keeping up with my series, when it came to Moose, who is my TNA World Champion, I decided to absolutely abuse him before the Sacrifice pay-per-view and at the Sacrifice pay-per-view. Why? Because he could build up other people and before he gets involved in that storyline. Same as Willie Mack. I kind of knew him and Chris Bay were going to be facing off for half a year. So I made sure they were barely in the same matches or if they were in the same match, that it was in tag action, so that it didn't get boring seeing them in singles action. So you kind of just try and plan. You kind of just try and plan things out slowly but surely. But I always, if you were doing a WWE save, I would plan 2 big shows ahead. So if you've just finished WrestleMania, I would have already planned out SummerSlam and Survivor Series. And then when I get to SummerSlam, I'd start planning out the Royal Rumble, and when I get to the Survivor Series, I'd start planning out Mania. So then you slowly, so basically that's how you get it to flow. Is what I do anyway. That's how I get it to flow really smoothly between storylines, because you can start, let's say you're not using someone for a while, you can start maybe getting them a few wins on on the shows sort of thing before they get into a rivalry or something like that, you know. Like with the Ace Austin Johnny Gargano thing, I planned that out, but I didn't plan for Gargano to go crazy as he did. The reason why he had to do that was because Sami Callihan got injured and I couldn't have Sami Callihan at the pay-per-view. So it was little things like that, like you just got to think ahead a little bit, and that's what I do. I mean, if you want any more tips, like, I know I'm not I'm not a TW expert, but if you want tips on how to make it enjoyable, to plan it out sort of thing, and this, that and the other, then just get in touch with me or ask me on the streams more often. I'm quite happy to just talk it through, because it's one of those games that's quite hard to enjoy if you really don't know how to. And if you want to make videos on it as well, extremely well. Otherwise, it's just... otherwise, if it doesn't work, flow... Am I here? Am I here? Hello, am I here? Hello, 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 hello. Hello, am I here? Is this working? Is this working? Because it just completely cut out. I don't know. Am I back? I'm trying to work out if this is still working. Right, am I back? Is this working now? Is this working? I don't even know.